Let's understand strings and string functions in PHP. Let's create a variable username that is equal to NPC, for example. So by using those quotation marks, we are creating a string. But now we also have the option to use multiple string functions to, for example, manipulate the string or get some information about the string. The first one is string length, so strlen, to get the length of a certain string. In our case, let's get the length of username. We're going to save that and we are going to echo out the length of our string. Let's reload the page and we're getting 3 because we have 3 characters inside of the string. Then I'm going to add more characters, we will get a different length. We can also use the string to lower function right here, and this will convert everything to lowercase. So now we're getting NPC and a random word. We can also use string to upper right here, and this will convert everything to uppercase. So now we have this string right here. We can also use str replace to replace certain characters inside of a string. So right here, as the first argument, we have to add what we are searching for. Let's say in our case, we are searching for an N. We want to replace an N, for example, with a P for whatever reason. And now we have to specify the string for which we want to execute this operation. And in our case, it's the username string. Let's save that one. Let's execute. And as you can see, we are now getting PPC because we replaced the N with a P. We can also say that we want to output a certain substring. So we can use substring, for example, so substr. Now we need to specify the string. In our case, it's username once again. Where do we want to start? We want to start, for example, at character 0. What is the length? Let's say the length is 3 characters. So let's save that one. And we're getting NPC. Let's do 5 characters, for example. And we're getting NPCs. So we're starting at index 0. This is index 0. And we're going forward by 5 characters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're ending right here. So we're getting everything up to this point. So substring allows you to create a substring out of an existing string. We can also search for the position of a certain character. So we can say strpos for string position. Now we need to specify the string and we need to specify what we're looking for. Let's say we are looking for the character S. Let's save that one and we are getting the number 4 because the position of our first S is position number 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's search for N, for example. Let's reload and we're getting, and this has to be an uppercase N, so this is case sensitive, and we're getting 0. So this character 0, character 1, character 2, 3, and this character 4. 5, 6, 7. Let me introduce you to one function that will be really important later on, and that is the trim function. So we can, for example, pass the username right here, and now we're going to trim our username. So if we have a lot of white spaces later on, we might not want to save those white spaces to the database because that might not make too much sense for a username or an email, for example. And by using the trim method, we can remove those white spaces right here, and therefore later on when we work with a database, for example, store a trimmed string inside of the database, which might make more sense.